Good morning, everybody. I think we're just having a few more people joining us. Let me just wait another few minutes because I think there are a few more people that may be joining. So thank you very much for your patience. Yeah, I'll give us a few more minutes. So just make yourself comfortable. Maybe grab a drink, a morning coffee, because I understand it is quite early for you all guys. So thank you for being here. And we will be starting very shortly. Okay, I think we've got everybody who would like to be here today. So thank you very much for coming on and for your willingness to listen about Australian internships and our virtual program. So I'm connecting with you today from Brisbane, which is in Queensland in Australia. It is 7 p.m. for us at night. So excuse me, but I am not in the office any longer, but I'm very happy to chat to you from home. So I would like to first of all give you a bit of a background about our company and then we'll move on to the virtual option that you have available now from where you live. So Australian Internships is a company that was first established over 23 years ago, and we were the first provider of internships in Australia. So very good reputation with long traditions, a company that's very proud in establishing really all the do's and don'ts within the industry of internships. We are still the market leader, which is very exciting, and we're very proud to remain in that position. We work with over 80 nationalities from around the world, or even 90 as the slide says, and we place over 1,000 students every year. So it's very exciting, and we have a great deal of companies that we work with Australia-wide within different disciplines and industries. So whatever your field, we probably would be able to assist in securing an internship for you, whether it is face-to-face or online these days as well, of course. So due to the recent pandemic, as we all know, in early 2020, when the borders of Australia closed, they are still shut, unfortunately. So we can't have any tourists or students arriving into Australia. We have launched the virtual program. So we're very proud that it has been over a year and we've had a really large number of people from around the world who accepted the opportunities and applied for the virtual program. And I have to say it's very successful. So when the travel is still not allowed, you can do the program from the comfort of your own home or from wherever you are from university. You can go into a library and log on and do a few hours there. So it's a very good way, very accessible, very cost effective of being able to actually complete an internship with an Australian company in your field of study from your own home. So I would definitely recommend to consider that option, because not everybody was or will be in a position to travel in the future, and certainly in the current circumstances in the world, it is the best option. So the program could be for academic credit. So what that means is that you could be obtaining credit towards your degree, or just for your own interest or for your own benefit. If you really do wish to complete a program to benefit your career, that's something that would be obviously included onto your resume. It's a great way to enhance your skills, develop your professional opportunities on a global scene. So I've mentioned all the benefits, really. I guess the most important ones. The program is fully structured. It is supervised, so you would be connecting with a supervisor on a regular basis, whether it is daily or every few days. You would also be attending team meetings, everything obviously via Zoom or any other platform that the company is using. So you would be talking to your supervisor as well very regularly from the company that you would be interning in and from Australian internships, to ensure that all the different tasks and things that we planned for you to learn are being met, and you're doing everything you should. You will obviously be practicing your English, so your communication skills have to be at the top level to make sure that you can understand when on a phone call, or you can write something and then be able to convey the message to your host company. This is all recognized by the government, by your university if necessary as well. So we have all the necessary paperwork, contracts to ensure that this is a monitored program and government approved as well. Hours can be flexible, so again, it's a great way of being able to work around your current schedule, whether it is a university schedule or you're working as well. We could make it work, that it does work with your schedule as well. So there's huge flexibility. So obviously we do have to consider the time zones. Australia is quite far from Central Eastern Europe, so there's quite a big time difference, but again, it is something that we could negotiate, and you would just need to tell us in advance what your hours would be, and then we can make it work. That's for sure. With the criteria for the program, they are quite flexible, because obviously you wouldn't be traveling, there are no visas involved, so you do need to be between 18 to 35 years of age, and your internship needs to be related to your field of study. So if you are or were studying accounting, then your internship would need to be related to finance or accounting. Or if you studied marketing, then you would be doing an internship in marketing, and so on. So you don't have to be a current student. You can be a fairly recent graduate, or even if you've started working in your country, but would like to just experience what it is like to work in an Australian organization, to improve your understanding of the world, of the field in a different country, and obviously improve your English. That's also very much possible. And one other criteria that is key is our communication skills, which is advanced, upper intermediate to advanced level of English would be minimum that we would need for you to have to be successful for this program. So be a confident communicator in English. The process to apply is quite straightforward. All you need is a CV, a cover letter, your recent transcripts, and a copy of your passport. All these documents can be sent. Sorry, I'm just double checking. My colleague was helping me with this webinar, just making sure that everything is okay with the webinar, but I hope everybody can hear me, and there's also questions and answers that have been enabled. So you are welcome to ask questions at the end of this presentation. I've just received that message, so sorry about that. Coming back to the documents. So yeah, there will be just a few that we will require for you to send us, just to double check what you've been doing, what your objectives for the program are. As you can see in the presentation here, there are some templates available that we can share with you so that you've got a good base on what is required to write these documents. We don't need any official translations of transcripts or anything like that. It can just be a list of subjects that you studied. In terms of our host companies, so we do work with thousands and thousands of organizations Australia-wide. As you can see here, there are a few examples of some big and exciting names. So we do not guarantee specific names. However, if you have a special preference or special interest, we would be happy to approach that company and ask whether there would be any scope for you to intern with them. Obviously, it's dependent on the fact whether they have any projects, anything going on that they would be able to assign to an international student working from their own home, but we will negotiate and do our best. So it's always good to communicate your preferences and we will see what happens. But what I can guarantee always is the quality of the training. So we pride ourselves on high quality placements in companies that have been approved by us in working with us, and so they understand what is required for us or from them to be host companies and to supervise students and train them in the workplace. When it comes to the process, I won't be going into too much detail, but that there's obviously the first step is for you to send the documents and for us to just assess your application, just to check whether you meet all the key criteria. Then you apply, and the wait time is up to between 2 to 3 months, really, for us to find a suitable company that will be willing to work with you. Then with regards to confirming the placement, we just sign a contract that we call a training agreement. And then you're good to start. We appoint a supervisor in Australian internships. And that way, this person will be communicating with you, making sure that you're happy with the placement and everything is going according to plan and there are no concerns. And if they are, then you obviously have a point of contact that you can raise your concerns with. When it comes to some key points that I really would like you to remember when it comes to Australian internships programs. So what makes us different to other organizations is really the fact that our placements are customized to our students. So what that means is that we only will be looking for a company that is suitable to your placement, depending on your objectives for the program, depending on what skills you've got, what experience you have, and obviously your personality, your communication skills, your preferences. And based on all this information that you will give to us before applying, we will then be looking for the right company that we feel will be the right environment for you, whether it is online or face-to-face. There are no dates as such. You start about 2 to 3 months after you have applied, any Monday of the year. So super flexible. You can choose how long you want to be completing your program for. So the minimum duration would be 6 weeks. The maximum could be 26, and for the virtual program, probably up to maybe 3 months, with flexibility if you wish. There's quite a lot of support, as I've mentioned, but also from the moment you join the program, we offer a lot of support. So we provide you with the document templates, show you how to write a good CV that is of high standard in Australia. So you will have a well-written CV, a cover letter. We will also coach you on how to successfully pass an interview. So all these different things that we will assist you with in ensuring that you're successful when it comes to securing a placement, and then obviously in enjoying the internship and really making the most of it. There's obviously some newsletters as well that we send, and blogs that you will have access to. So lots of different information, tips on career development, on how to be successful graduate, really, whether it is in your country, in Australia, or just on the global scene. So this is our virtual internship overview. So there are some fields that we recommend for a virtual program. Obviously, not all fields are possible to be completing an online internship in. So the ones that we highly recommend would be those listed here. So marketing, HR, events, management, so IT as well, very popular for a remote internship. Any business related fields, graphic design, journalism, PR, and others as well, depending on what you would like to be doing and whether there's a possibility to be actually completing an online internship. So you can ask, you can send us your CV, and then we can negotiate whether that's possible or not. With duration, as I mentioned, it's 6 to 12 weeks. Hours can be very flexible. We would recommend that you obviously make yourself as available as you can, because the more hours you do, then the more exposure you have to working with a company and communicating with them, connecting with what they're doing. So you want to make sure you're available, so then you can really make the most of this experience and learn some valuable skills. When it comes to salary, it is a non-paid program. It is purely focused on training and getting all the initial hands-on skills in your field of study. With lead time, so the time you wait, obviously, I said between 2 to 3 months. In some fields, it could even be 1 month. So again, it depends, but we are prepared to work as fast as we can. Location, it is from anywhere in the world. We just need to be mindful of the time zone, obviously. And then we've already mentioned the criteria for eligibility, so very flexible, and I will be happy to assess on individual basis. On this next slide, we just have some vacancies that we currently have available, just to give you an example what actual positions could be possible. So as you can see, there's even an industrial engineering role. I'll let you read through these. Business admin, business analyst, so there's some very exciting roles. With some very well-respected organizations in different locations in Australia. Marketing is probably the most popular as well. As you can see, they're all usually 12 weeks. And obviously, all the skills that you would be developing are quite highly paper-based, computer-based, so that you could work from home. So it's been well planned for the virtual interns. And these are some successful stories that we would like to share with you. All these interns listed here have actually completed a virtual program in the last year. And we do have a lot more that are doing it at the moment as well in a variety of fields. So it just goes to show that there's a high demand for this program in today's world. Everything's becoming more digital, and it's a great way to be able to experience working in an Australian organization without even leaving your country. So these are some basic facts. If you are interested and if you think that this is a good option, there are obviously fees that apply to this service, but I will let you talk to the agency, the International Exchange Center, that has been hosting this webinar kindly for us today, where we have the opportunity to share this information. So please, if you wish to apply or discuss fees, do contact IEC, where their email is listed here, and obviously you've been invited by Maria, who is my contact at the agency. So thank you very much, Maria, and I hope everybody has found this presentation useful, and I hope that we can one day work with you and assist you with finding an internship that could assist you in your role, in your career. I am a firm believer that an internship is a wonderful opportunity and a wonderful way to really start your career. If you need some confidence, if you would like to work overseas but haven't had a chance yet, or if you're not very successful in finding work because you've just graduated and haven't really got the confidence, the experience, an internship is a great way to start. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope you have a great day. And thank you again for joining me. I think I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning. I'm sorry about that. I think I got a little bit distracted by setting it all up. My name is Anya Preston, and I am the marketing manager at Australian Internships. I am originally from Poland, which is quite close to where you all are, so it's really nice to be able to talk to people from my part of the world. So yeah, I've been in Australia for quite some time, nearly 12 years, and I've worked for Australian Internships for a long time now, since 2009. And so I actually started as an intern myself, my career, not in Australia, but in England. I really do think this is one of the best ways to learn about your career, to mature and to understand how your industry works, to make connections with people, network, improve your English. So yeah, I started as an intern, and I am very lucky to be in this spot today where I can talk about internships and hopefully assist you in securing something successful for your future. So thank you, and if there are any questions, this is the time to type them. I believe this is also being recorded, and we will share that with your agency. And if not, you can obviously chat to Maria or send us an email through your agent. Thank you. So just check my colleague. I'm not sure why I can't see the questions. Let me talk to my IT assistant. So the questions that I can see so far is, do you have a position in supply chain? Yes, so we could have positions in any field, really. As I mentioned during the presentation, it is more that we will be looking for an opportunity for you after you've applied. So I believe supply chain logistics could be possible for a virtual program. So you're very welcome to send your letter of objectives, your cover letter, your CV, just to share some more information. What is your degree and whether you've had any experience, and then I'll chat to the placement team, but I think that should be possible. The next question was, what is the price of the program? So the price, I really would encourage you to speak to Maria directly about the pricing. Yeah, that probably would be my preferred way of answering that question. And when it comes to our third question, let me just read it out. Is it possible to come to Australia for a paid internship after the virtual one? Will it be helpful in finding an employer? Yes. So you can always come to Australia later. So the virtual program to the face-to-face is very different. For the virtual program, you don't even need a visa, so you can just complete it at any time at this stage, no problem. And then if you one day choose to travel to Australia when the borders open, finally, hopefully in not too long, you will be able to come and do a face-to-face internship as long as you meet the criteria for the visa. Okay, when it comes to internships in a standard way, in an old-fashioned way, if I can say that, you do need to meet the criteria for us to be able to get you a visa. We work with a special visa called 408, and to be able to meet the criteria, you need to be a recent graduate for up to 12 months. So that's a different conversation. But I'll be happy to have that with you individually if, obviously, when the time is right and when the borders are open. There also could be an option of some of the visa criteria changing. So the criteria I just mentioned was before COVID. After COVID and after the borders reopen, things may be a bit different. We really don't know yet. So it is just a matter of waiting and think what will change with the criteria and the visa. Another question is, if I do not have a degree but do have a big experience in supply chain in international companies, potentially. I really would need to probably see your CV, so please just send your documents and let us know in detail what you have been doing, what experience you have, and then we can discuss whether there would be options. I think my IT helper is telling me that there are no more questions at this stage. So I'll give you another minute to think of something. If there will be any more, again, you're welcome to chat to Maria or email us with your questions, with your documents, and we'll be happy to help. I guess one last thing from me is that I would love to see some people apply for this opportunity, because it is so much more cost effective than having to come to Australia. Australia is very far away, so obviously plane tickets, accommodation, living expenses in Australia are quite high as well. So if you do not have that option, but would still like to have the experience of working for an Australian organization, it is the best way to make that happen. So virtual program should be something that you consider. And so I would like to welcome you to consider the option and apply, and we will do our very best to find a position that will be suited to your interests, to your educational background, and to your professional career objectives for the future. So thank you very much for your attention today. I hope you have a great day, and I'm sending you lots of sunshine from a little bit cold but still sunny Brisbane, because it is winter time for us here. So yeah, thanks very much. I think we can slowly wrap up. And if you ever wish for me to connect with you again, I would be very happy to do so, maybe on another topic. We can talk to Maria and decide. But in the meantime, best of luck. Thank you.